Hey, welcome to Steve's Monumental Adventure. And I've decided to convert my 2002 Vivaro campervan and change it completely. It's already been converted, but we're reconverting it into a side bed and much better storage and a complete and utter rewire. This is part 2 where we concentrate on the electrical wiring system with Paul. Hello and welcome to the van build. So all this week it's all been about the electrics, and boy, a lot has been done. Now let's just work through what we've been doing here. So one of the first jobs I've done is here. I've actually got Paul to fit me one of these external panels here, which is much better for hookup, and that just sits in there quite nicely. Because before, on the back, I kept knocking it and cracking it off. So looking in the van now where we're at, okay. So we're just working on the light. We've just been working on the lighting now. So we've got this LED lighting now put in. This works off remote control and Bluetooth, and we've got a new board as well, which is just gone in there, which has got some of the lights running off it. So I've got 3 sets of lights here which work. We've removed all of the wiring out of the wall there, so it's looking much better. And this is the business end here, so this is where all of the wiring comes into the van. Paul's just working on that now. It's all go really, and it's the man himself. Look, here he is. It's Mr. Van Build. I knew he'd have to go. Is that what you got? Oh, well, I was just telling him what we were up to. We've done loads, haven't you? So we're just saying we're working on lighting at the moment, aren't we? And we just realised that there's a split charger, but we didn't know that it actually had one, did we? No. So that's a bonus. So as Paul said, I can just send it back to where we want it. So I think he's bought his multimeter now for that very reason. Just to check it, haven't you?
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, Paul, what's it like then? You know, because you've done your van, haven't you? And you did yours from basics. So you fed all the wires through, and then you put all of your carpeting in that after. So I bet it's a bit of a ball ache having to change your van.
When you've so the thing is, when you do a van, you always put all your wiring in first before all your boards go in. So you put all your wiring in, get it all in place. So you've got them all hanging out the walls for your holes and stuff. But when somebody's already built something and put the wiring in, and you're going to literally like demolish all that and then rearrange everything around, now obviously you know it's like spaghetti junction.
Yeah.
You know, and then you got to sort where all the wires go. But once you get your head round, it's quite easy.
I think we're lucky that actually the only thing that's visible is that hole behind you, isn't it? Yes. You know, and we've managed to utilise all of the space. You know. So what are the benefits then, Paul, of actually having everything on a switch like that, you know, a switchboard like that?
The thing is, you ain't got switches all over the place, have you? You know what I mean? So you can operate everything from that board. Yeah. You know, so like if you had a cooker, well, say a fridge, and you had a switch for that, and a switch for one light, and a switch for another light, you got switches everywhere. Yeah. So what you do is you fit a junction board like that, right? And then all you do is that all these switches, you take all your lights to it, and you can say you can have your telly, your fridge, your heater, your lights, your spotlights, UV charge, so everything operates from that point.
So is everything fused on that board then?
Everything's fused on that board.
Oh, rather than, because we had a separate fuse board here in a lunchbox.
It's a bit of, well, it was
Is this in it? Is this?
Oh, that's it. That was the fuse box. Then it was bolted in there. It was with a bit of a bod set up, like, it did the job.
So split chargers, okay, why are they so important when you've got a van build? So what do they do?
A split charger?
Yeah.
Right, what it does, let's just say, if you've got your fridge running, right, and you're driving along, and you're just operating off the 12-volt battery, you might have a couple of other things what's running off it. That battery is permanently losing charge in it because it's not being recharged back up. So the idea of a split charger is to pull charge from the starting battery, which starts the vehicle, and sends charge into your gel battery, which is your leisure battery, right? So what it does, it's quite intelligent what it does, because if it will always keep the battery what starts the engine, right, fully charged, right? And then what it does, if it takes this down, what it does is that it switches the charge there, so it throws the charge from the starting battery into your leisure. So you've always got, so when you pull up somewhere new or move on to different spaces, that battery is always charged.
So that's quite intelligent then, really, isn't it? You know,
that's it.
Yeah.
So you've always got to charge for the night.
Yeah.
But obviously, if you're sitting on a site, and let's say you've gone there for 5 days,
Yeah.
then obviously you would need to carry a battery charger.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to keep starting the vehicle otherwise, you know.
That's it, yeah. I know.
But if you've got a awning all set up, you ain't going to want to keep taking the awning down and then driving up the road.
So they're quite complex, aren't they, when you look at it? I mean, you don't think so. And you've got water, you've got gas to be dealing with, you've got the pump for the water. There's quite a lot goes into it, and I think people tend to think, oh, I'll have a go at that, you know. It ain't for the faint-hearted. I mean, I'm looking here and I'm just like, I'm out of my depth completely with this lot, but it's good that you've got, I know you know what you're doing.
Well, the thing is, wiring's easy. Once you get your head around it and you understand it, it's easy.
Yeah.
You know, earth and negative, that's all you got to remember, is that there's earth, which is negative, which goes down to ground, and you've got positive, which is your life. And as long as you understand that, and then you just go, you know, like you put switches in a bit, you know, in between and stuff, it's quite straightforward.
So at the moment, Paul's just looking at the central set of lights that are running through. There's only 2, and just making sure that we've got them wired up nicely. And you can see on the board, there's 2 blue lights there, which are for the 2 sections of lights. So I should imagine when I get them sorted out. I'll tell you one thing: it is working in confined spaces. You've got to have You've got to have the old temperament for that. I thought that the clips have been the hardest part of the job. Yeah, you just wait now. When I've got the hard bit to come now, we're on, well, not the hardest bit, but I've got to build a bed into all of that up there. Oh yeah, that'll be good, wouldn't it? That'll be all good fun. At the moment is that the pump isn't turning off at the switch. So normally you'd pull the handle up and it'd activate the pump and turn it off whenever you need to. So we're just trying to suss out why it isn't doing that, and it's just on permanently. So we're just tracing it back.
And back on there. Well, okay. It's the earth. We need to wire through.
So what we're trying to do.
We'll have it working in a minute. Yeah, what it is that we're actually connecting up the tap, and how it works is you have to have a break in the wire. So because there's a micro switch on the tap, that basically what you do, you bring an earth up to the micro switch, and then from the other side the micro switch down to earth. Then when obviously you move the tap for the micro switch to connect, it puts the connector together and brings the tap in. That's how it works. So we want it now. It's just where it was
going. It's the problem solving.
Obviously, this is all somebody's wiring, what they've done. And when you rip it all out, you have to get your head down to see what they've done, and you have to do it your own way.
So yeah,
so I've got it now.
So it looks like we've got a 2 wires coming out from the pump, which is connected to the water pipe, and then 2 wires coming off the tap, which then goes to a micro switch, as Paul says. Yeah.
So
yeah. Look at this. It was all going so well.
What to do is this one. So what we'll do now is, so we'll take that up to that wire. Take that one off there. That one don't even do anything now. That one ain't doing nothing. That over to a line. So what we've done is, we'll take that out of
there. So you should be able to activate it by turning it on now. Fingers crossed. God, that's like the devil's work. Who made that, innit?
Just put that on there. So.
Okay.
There you go.
Where you sorted it. Well done, Paul.
There we go, look. All done. So that activates
Hey,
the
there's
pump
one done there. Oh, well done.
So
Well
that's
done.
right.
See, you weren't going to let that beat you, were you?
Bloody too right, mate. Like I say.
Oh, well done. Good job there.
Sometimes you just have to stop and think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's job done. But yeah, that's how it works.
So there's one ticked off the list. The water now is now running. Just about to establish whether the split charger that's in here actually works or not. I just found it a bit weird that we had one, and I really thought we didn't. So we're just going to be able to test that now and see what we got. Quite literally. Look at him, the poor bastard. Look at him. I am going to help him now, though, with something now. All right. Yeah. So just to recap you what we've done today. So we've now wired in the LED lights. Look, they go around the van like that. We've done the 240 is done. The battery, a lot of the lighting's done for that. We've done the water pump and the wastewater as well. And we've put this board in as well. A little bit more wiring to do, etc. But actually, it's actually coming on all right now. It really is. And that's the main thing. Well, there you go. Van's empty for the night. We'll probably carry on with the electrics next week. We've got the night heater to wire up. We've got the ignition to the burner and hob. The hob burner, whatever you call the damn thing. We've got the split charger to put in. We did think that the split charger, there was a split charger in it, but it isn't working, so we're going to put a new one in there, which will really help out. Well, you can tell it's Christmas because I've got the Christmas blanket out, and it's dark outside, it's raining, it's nasty, but the job's got to go on. So what I'm doing is creating these Kallax units. So these are group of four Kallax units, similar to what I've got here on here. We've got a group of four, so all I'm doing with it is I know that my width between the wheel arches is 125. So what I'm doing is cutting one of the Kallaxes down to 125, okay? Pretty difficult job to actually do because inside the Kallax itself, it's just cardboard, isn't it? Look, see? That's all it's made of, really. You pay all that money and it's just cardboard inside. So anyway, I've cut it down using my mini circular saw and the jigsaw to create this. So I've got basically the lid for it. Because what I've got is I've got a 3 and a small little cupboard there out of the 4. And all the other pieces I'll use to fill in gaps and things like that. So this is what we've got, and these will actually have cupboards built into them, so I can put the storage in there and lock it. Just a simple way of doing underbed storage. This is so there's going to be 3 of these in a row, basically within the wheel arch. But the problem I've got is obviously I haven't got anything to fix it in with, as you can see. So my plan is I've turned it over and I've drew 2 lines, okay? And what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to get some blocks. I think they're sort of like kitchen blocks, these are. Some small blocks, and I'm going to put them onto there and screw them onto there. So what that does is when I actually screw it back in, I can just screw from the side because there's not much room in here to actually do it. So another nice little bit of joinery. So these are the type of blocks that I'm going to use, these here. So they'll go on here. So this is the upside down. So I'm going to put, basically I'm going to have 2 screws going that way. So I'll have, it will be more secure on it, and then I'll just have the single one. In actual fact, I might do it the other way around. Have the single one there, like that, and then screw 2 screws into the side, because obviously that is cardboard there, and the better the fixing. And then I'll back that up with some glue. So that's what I'm going to do now, is just drill them and get them in. Now I've put them under there, and then they're just ready to be screwed into place. Okay, and you can see we've got a little bit of a gap just where the cut is there, but to be honest, if you're not really going to see that, as long as this side is really good, I think we'll be onto a winner, because a lot of it you'll be hidden away, and maybe I can run some ceilings up it. There we go, we have the completed unit now. Look, that's been cut in nicely there. Just got to seal up the edges, because when you're cutting this chipboard, it's just chips everywhere. So there you go, that's ready to go into the van. Now we're back again today on the van build, and we are just about to sort the night heater out. So Paul's fed the wire through the bottom of there, and that comes up and it's hidden away in there, and then it comes out over there, which is what we want. The issue we've had is with the fridge, we need the gas flue in, and the petrol diesel tank is right underneath this unit here, which is not going to be good. So what we're going to have to do is take the seat out, and then bring the pipe underneath the seat and then down past the fuel tank. So hopefully that's the plan. Look, we're doing the night heater at the moment, and Paul was improvising with the heat gun. We are, aren't we? We are.
As long as I don't set it on fire. But I am a fireman, so at least I can put the fire out.
Yeah, at least he doesn't need it for his hairdryer. Do you know what I mean? You'd have the missus. So we're just about to do the last bolt now, which is underneath here. Can you see it?
Is it here somewhere?
Yeah. I wonder if I could.
Hold on a minute.
What?
No.
It definitely ain't got one in, has it?
No, it ain't got one in, I think. That's it, take it out.
I shouldn't swear on camera. Is it out?
The seat belt's holding it in now. You know, you're going to push them through into the seat belt to push through. You need to lift it up and push the belt out, the centre ones.
I don't quite know what you mean.
No, they...
I'm sorry, Paul.
Let's have a look. To be fair, all we need to do is just move that lot up, because that's where the hole's going to go.
Okay then, that's alright then.
Okay, so let's just...
Well, there you go. It only had 3 bolts. What can you say to that, eh, Paul?
That's right, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we want it about there. Yeah, there is perfect. Where that white spot is there,
yeah,
we'll be fine. So we could move
3
this,
bloody bolts. Eh? 3 bolts.
We'll get them that way. That's all we need to do. We ain't going to take it out, leave it where it is.
So anybody's wondering, what you've got a little cable here underneath the seat, and this is actually the pre-tensioner for the pre-tensioner for the seat belt. So what they do is, when you have a rock up, when say you have a swivel seat or what have you, they end up basically coming up with an airbag warning on the dashboard. So what they do is they put that little resistor in there like that. Costs about 100 quid. Little resistor like that, and what that does is it basically voids the link and turns the light off, because actually it's an MOT fail to everybody there. But yeah, Paul's gonna we're gonna bring the pipe for the gas down through here. He's got it all sorted. He knows what he's doing. Look at him. Hey?
Couple of wires here, eh? I don't know what we're going to do with these. Anyway, so once we poke these round the back of here, right, Steve, We'll feed them along. We've got the switch and we've got the
Yeah.
fuse already there.
And that is the
And then we'll make the connection. And
Yeah.
then that's the heater done then.
Yeah, we've
All
got.
we got to do is pop an hole in there.
And then you've
then
got
obviously you'll have your,
USB, one
You'll have
USB.
this on there, won't you, like that?
Yeah.
Or you'll have it there, whichever way you want it.
Yeah.
And then what we do, we've got the wires all ready to wire the two USBs. Job done. And then
That is actually, apart from the split charger, which we're going to do at a later date, that is actually it, isn't it?
That's it. That's literally it.
Wow.
It's not hard
No.
to like do rewiring. You know, it's just that once you strip it, you just put your own
Yeah.
in, you just get your head round it.
Yeah.
Because obviously everybody's got different ideas.
And obviously, for me, it did scare the shit out of me because I was thinking, oh my god, there's all these wires and everything. But actually, you know, it actually is just simple circuitry, really. And actually having a board like that is really easy. So maybe it is worth, you know, looking on a YouTube video and seeing how people do it, and actually just approach it at different smaller steps rather than looking at the whole thing. You know, you've got that 240, the 240 volt system is separate to the 12 volt system. You know, you can't go wrong, can you?
No. It's completely different. 240 is a completely different system to
So 240 is where they can give you a really bloody nasty shock. Yeah.
You can get a pisser off a 12 volt.
Can you? Is that what you call it? Is that what they call it where you come from? A pisser?
You can get a pisser off a 12 volt.
Does that mean you piss yourself?
It's a pisser.
Jesus, you see from him being from the Black Country neck of the woods and all that.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, they got a whole new way of saying things, haven't they?
It's strange, you need to.
So, if anybody watching the video have ever heard that word before, that an electric shock is a pisser, let me know in the comments. I'm sure Paul would really appreciate that.
They will be going, yeah, I'm from the Black Country. I know what he's on about.
But actually, where I'm from, a pisser is when someone does something really funny, you go, oh my god, that is a pisser. So, keep the eye on him really with these, haven't we? Look at this, we're getting all this Black Country. All this Black Country slang coming out. Here's again in the wire, and he's got the back doors open now, so it's looking nice and lovely in here, isn't it? Nice blue sky today, isn't it? So you're on the on these lights here, these little, they've got their little switch of their own, haven't they?
Just their own little bit there.
Yeah.
There we go. We just got to do that other one there, and then we're done.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what's going on.
All fancy lights, eh? Fancy that. Right. So yeah, he's cracked on this morning. He's got the diesel heater done. He's got the USB wired up there. He's nearly there. He's just doing those lights, and then we got the ignition on the gas. That is it and done.
Awesome.
Wow. Well, I mean, apart from the elephant in the room, obviously, which is the hole in the floor.
I would say hour-wise, we've probably done it in about, I would say, 6 hours.
And it's pretty good, isn't it?
Probably 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
So that's wiring the whole van, like.
So you've done, you've got one of these American, what is it exactly?
Chevy.
Yeah, Chevy.
Chevy G20 Diver.
Yeah.
And obviously that used to be a camper van with a captain seating, all wired out, all the lights, rock and roll bed. Somebody ripped it out and decided to make their own build. But after I acquired the vehicle, and upon inspection they'd literally like bodged it.
Yeah.
The plyboards wasn't even screwed down, the wiring was terrible, nothing really worked, and nothing was really like any studding put behind the plywood, no proper insulation. So I basically like ripped it all out, put all the wiring in, put the 240 in, put the 12 volts in, rewired everything myself, put a gas cooker in, fridge, telly, night heater, you name it. So it's not impossible to redesign something yourself.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just have a little bit of knowledge about it and
Yeah.
design it out, and away you go.
I think some people, they start like a van build, don't they? And they think they think they know what they've done. They have watched the YouTube video or what have you, haven't they? You know, and they all think they'll have a stab at it. But like stuff like the insulation and stuff, I mean, I think this is pretty well insulated for a van. There's a lot in this. But yeah, a lot of people have to prefer just to literally start from scratch, don't they? And
yeah.
board it all out and everything.
That's exactly what it is.
You know, and I think when you got like, I mean, yours is a big old bus, really, isn't it?
It is.
You know, yeah, this is actually a short wheelbase Vivaro, so you've got to be really. I mean, the wife just doesn't understand what little space we have in this, and you got obviously every little tiny bit of space has got to be thought about of where you're going to put what. Because I literally forgot the toilet, and it was only by luck that I had enough room on the end here, so I'm going to put a unit in around it, and then I'll put a nice fluffy seat on there, so we've got a bit of somewhere to sit as well. Anyway, I better make Paul the coffee. Rule number one is, mate, look after the workers, and the workers will look after you, they say.
I thought you could heat in this, yeah. Well, go with fire, just giving a bit of that. Left me in there.
It's smoking. No, yeah. So you actually got cutting through the metal at that point.
Yeah. So
bloody hell.
There, look, you can see. Nearly through. Just to put the exhaust in for the fridge.
Yes. It's a slight modification required, isn't it?
What does he got to do with it?
Yeah, he does a bit of a Father Christmas, and then sits on the front doorstep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right, let's just
look at this for bush, bush repairs and things here. You can't write this stuff. You can't teach this, can you?
You have to. This is years of knowing how to.
Dedication, isn't it? Paul's just putting the night heated control back through the displayed panel there. There we go, all good.
Just level it off a bit.
Yeah. You can leave it loose, Paul. I'll do all those little bits if you want.
I've just got it so wherever I want it. That's USB, that one. Yeah. That's it. That one. Sure. Is that the heat now? So light, heater. Click on the minute heater. USBs, and then that one. I think that's the spare one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. That's the spare one. So we've got a spare one. So we can wire that to something else that you want to put in, right?
Yeah.
So we can leave that one off. So so light. USBs, no heater, USBs, you can see it, come on, look. That does all them USBs now. The only thing...
Oh, it's amazing having tell you what, one good thing is having the night heater on a switch, because that was so annoying before, plugging it in at the back.
That's what I mean, you can put it on
absolutely, well done. Paul's done an amazing job of it, and everything is pretty much working now. The only thing we've got to do is connect the gas to the battery, the gas ignition to the battery, and I think these little lights on the front here, which are not detrimental or anything like that, but the unit is wired in now, so what a great job he's done. And it's just great knowing you've got somebody who knows what they're doing on it. So the next step, we have a big clear up, and then we can start screwing the unit into place and getting all of that sort of stuff, the water in there, and getting all that jazz sorted out.